I'm Susan Whitmore. Thanks for joining me today on this Now You Know video. Today we're going to talk about the greatest grief myth of all. They teach it in colleges. People all over the world believe it's true. And even after our daughter Erica died, I had people literally come up to me and say, "I'm so sorry for your loss. And how's your marriage?" Greatest grief myth, number 1, is that most marriages end in divorce when a child dies. That is completely untrue. When you lose a child, the stress on the relationship, whether you're married or not, is really difficult. But to think that on top of that, you have to deal with the idea that now your marriage is going to break up or now your relationship is going to end is an extra stressor. In fact, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, the DSM, which is like a Bible for psychiatrists, once said that the death of a child is considered a catastrophic stressor, unlike any other. Does that equate a marriage ending, a relationship ending? No, it doesn't. Does it mean it's stressful? It's difficult? Yes, it does. It's very stressful, and it's very hard when you're grieving one way and your partner is grieving another way. Several years ago, Compassionate Friends did a research project where they studied closely and followed the lives of various relationships who were married and having good relationships and difficulty in their relationships before their child died. Then they looked at their relationships over time after the death of their child. And you know what they found? First of all, they were able to completely dispel the grief myth that most marriages end in divorce. In fact, what they discovered was most marriages go on to be even stronger and deeper and richer than they were before. If a relationship ended in divorce or a relationship just ended if the people weren't married, typically speaking, they were already having problems before. Eventually, people find their way and they do it together. They walk hand in hand on this very difficult journey of losing a child. And in the end, when you talk to people who have lost a child 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, you find that they have wonderful marriages. My own personal experience is exactly that. It was tough in the beginning because my husband was grieving one way, which was pretty much to himself, and I was grieving the complete opposite. I was all over the place. I cried everywhere. What happened was we gave each other permission to grieve our own ways without judging the other person and understanding that everyone grieves differently. And today, our marriage is rich and meaningful and deep. And guess what? It's also a lot of fun. One day, you'll see what I mean. So now you know. The greatest grief myth of all is that most marriages end in divorce. Now you know they don't.
Shower the people you love with love. Show them